Thank you, Mel. And I suppose, first of all, thank you to the Sabio team for inviting us, Salesforce, to come and join you at the event. It's a fantastic event. I think there's near 400 or 500 people here, so it really is an amazing day to be part of. My name's Craig Murray. I run a part of our business at Salesforce, which is responsible for what we call Service Cloud. And we'll go into more detail over time, but being at Salesforce for 8 to 10 years now, it's so exciting, I think, to be in this marketplace at the moment. The evolution of the disruptive technologies in the last 12 months is amazing. What an opportunity it's giving us all to, I suppose, further our organizations. Before that, I've kind of been in this CX space pretty much for the majority of my career, working with different organizations. So close to my heart is really helping organizations across all industries change how they interact and manage those experiences with their end users.
Aaron?
Well, first, I echo your comments. Craig, thanks for inviting us, Nicole and Mel. I'm part of Team Genesis, and we're here because of the partnership with Salesforce. My name is Jeroen Sorbran, and I'm very pleased, and I see my manager and Nikki sitting at the back of the room, very pleased to be part of...
Don't mess up then.
Don't mess up now. The difficult questions might come from the back. But we're very pleased to be here, Genesis, together with Sabio and Salesforce, and this is not just a partnership that started yesterday. We're looking to build on, and what better to be in front of all of your customers. So really looking forward to this session. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeroen. Brill, so we're going to start with a question for you, Craig. So let's start with, why have Salesforce and Genesis decided to partner together and form this partnership? Why did you guys choose each other?
Good question. I suppose for some people in the room, it was a little bit of the elephant in the room question in terms of why Salesforce and Genesis are sat on stage together. Salesforce and Genesis have been working together and had joint customers for as long as I can remember. Our product organizations work together in terms of aligning on their strategy. And the partnership which really took the next level about 6 months ago was because of our customers coming to us and saying, we work with Genesis, we work with Salesforce, how can we make this integration and your two technologies work better? And that really was the driver for the partnership going to its next level 6 months ago. And we can go into more detail in terms of what that means for customers. But Genesis are a great organization in terms of the capabilities they bring from an orchestration perspective, workforce engagement, and the channels. And there is a little bit of overlapping in terms of the channels that organizations might choose to use, because Salesforce can provide channels as well. There is no one size fits all for every organization. It really is about understanding what you're doing at the moment, where you try to go to find out the best way forward. But we believe that we can provide a stronger and better solution by working with Genesis for customers such as yourselves.
Yeah, and I think in the world of partnerships, what better way to really build on a partnership and make that stronger with a joint solution that we came to market with in December, but that was a result of, I think, the product teams coming together at least a year before that. But what a better way to start that partnership, because customer says, hey, we got blind spots. We're using Genesis Cloud, we're using Salesforce, Service Cloud, but we got blind spots related to data. So that's one of the key aspects. And yeah, basically, as Craig said, what we're aiming to do for the customer is to unify data, to unify agents, to unify bots, to unify the channels for you based on your choice, right? I think that's a beauty.
So my question for you, Jeroen, what will your customers be able to do with your new joint solution they couldn't do before?
Yeah, I think the key thing is we're making it easier for you. So this is a native integration, but it's a solution that really unifies in a, if you want, a no-code, low-code type of approach, everything that would take time for multiple resources. So just one example, back to the concept of data, right? And we all know data is critical. fragmented data means fragmented experiences. So we've created, based on that request from customers, remove these blind spots, a unified data scheme. And basically what it allows customers to do is to get better and deeper customer insights you can then build on, right? I think that's one approach, but back to the question on and why make it easier. In this example, if you look at it, before you had to manually map attributes to that data. And we're now making that easy so that you have the typical buzzword, the 360-degree view of the end customer, right? I think that's one core aspect of it.
Right, thank you.
Craig?
There's a lot more I can add on to it, but I know Mel, you've got some more questions.
Cool. So let's take it back to the Salesforce stack. So your bread and butter. Tell us a little bit about Service Cloud and how it helps organizations to deliver better experiences.
So Service Cloud has kind of been at the forefront of what Salesforce brings to our customers for 25 years. I mean, Salesforce is 25 years this month, and it's about ensuring, one, your agents, for example, in the contact center have the right application to deliver the job that they want to do. Give them an application that doesn't require them to swivel chair between 15 different applications. I still go into environments where people are switching between 12 and 18 applications on average. It's making their job hard, it's frustrating. So by giving them one desktop application to complete their job better, whilst integrating the different channels that you choose to provide to your end users, to allow it to be an omni-channel experience, to allow people to deliver self-service experience. And then obviously a topic which you can't get away from talking about these days, AI. And we'll touch on AI in a bit more, but AI being baked into the platform, and AI isn't new. There's been predictive areas of AI capabilities that we can touch on in a little bit more, but by bringing all that data in, you can give a better experience to your end users, which means that they will be happier because they get richer, quicker experiences or responses from yourselves.
Yeah, and building on that, so Genesys Cloud brings voice, digital, but also workforce engagement manager. And you guys have a very strong workforce practice, right? So that's why we're here together. But workforce engagement for us means bringing, not just for the agent, but also for the supervisors through this partnership, as one example, one unified simple widget within that one single UI experience that Craig talked about, that we really bring together. So one widget that allows the agent to look across the customers engaging independent of the channel. That could be SMS, that could be voice, that could be digital. And that's a radical change, I think. Because we all know agents, supervisors is a core part of customer experience. We need to not just keep them happy, but also more productive, and that's exactly what we're doing.
And I suppose probably the most powerful piece, I believe, from a sales perspective is, if you're delivering a great service and great experience from a contact center perspective, that needs to be shared across your organization. So if you've got a sales organization, letting them know about those interactions. If you've got a marketing experience that you're about to push out, tailoring that based on an activity that somebody's come into your contact center. So it really is being on the one platform, making sure that you're utilizing that data to influence the experiences you give to your customers.
So just touching on that a bit, Jeroen, Genesys is enjoying a lot of recognition around your cloud platform, which is, a very strong differentiator. Can you tell us a bit about how that benefits your customers?
Yeah, a couple of things. Customers want an out-of-the-box experience. And if you move from on-prem to the cloud, I think our average time to get to the first live agent globally is about 56 days. So that out of the box gives the customers the ability to first securely and risk-free get to that cloud, right? And there's a TCO benefit to that. Equally important, but maybe at this point, let's get to the cloud first. But then the second step is that value realization, right? I think the biggest kind of C-suite concern about AI is, where can we get to quickly, but where can we also deliver value? And I think getting to the cloud first and quickly with an out-of-the-box experience, all in one solution, that means voice, digital, web, etc. That's the first point, but then allow our customers to build on it. And to use a two-letter word again, AI. AI is baked in. It's not new for us. We've done that for years, but you will see today very powerful capabilities that we use in the partnership for both that customer experience, but also the agent and the supervisor experience, to allow that customer to build on it and get immediate value. And I think today you had some great customers on stage. Benetton Health was one of them. Yes. They're a prime example of how they've done that, right? Move to the cloud first and then immediately start looking at self-serve and digital to improve their ability to serve and their reduction of cost of automation. So I think these are two key things out of the box, AI baked in. And then the final point is that differentiation, which I'll come back to again, on workforce engagement. And we have some prime examples in how between us in our architecture we leverage that, because we don't live in separate environments, right? What we do here with the partnership is we leverage continuously from each other. There's some great concepts that you should understand that can help you really moving forward.
Cool. So just carrying on from the AI topic, Craig, what are some of the AI use cases in service that are delivering the most value?
There are quite a lot, and it's an exciting topic, and we could probably spend all day having conversations around the benefits or the areas from an AI. If I take you through a bit of a journey, so if obviously voice is probably the most, or it is the most dominant channel, 57% I think still prefer to pick up the phone and speak to organizations. From a simplistic term, if somebody's calling into your organization with the partnership that we provide, it will automatically be coming into the Salesforce console. You should automatically know it is. But then the call's in real time is being transcribed. When it's being transcribed in real time, all of a sudden it can start picking up on the intent of their conversation. All of a sudden, the system can start suggesting what the next best action might be based on that conversation in real time. And that's kind of predictive AI, which is kind of, we've been doing that, and then you have things like bots. When you move to more of a generative AI use cases, it's service replies, being able to reply to someone, utilizing the data that you trust in your CRM system. So for example, we have service replies on email, which is based on your knowledge articles. We've got a customer who turned that on, and instantly they were seeing a 4.5-minute saving on their service replies. What a benefit, because not only it's making you more operationally efficient, those replies are contextual, they're rich, they're of a high quality. And when you think about the agent welfare, because that's a hot topic for all of us, often I spend a lot of time in different contact centers over the years. They get frustrated because they either don't have access to the information, the systems aren't working very well, and they can't focus on that conversation as much as they want to. So I think that the benefits of AI are great for your organization in terms of driving operational efficiency, but also great for the welfare of people in your organization. So service replies is just one of them. Things like automatically wrapping up that case. At the end of every interaction, typically, people have to fill out a few forms, add a bit of information, and that takes a bit of time. Again, by automating that process, we've got a customer who's saving a minute per interaction. So from an operational efficiency saving, I think the numbers speak for themselves. From an agent welfare perspective, I think it can really impact the value your people in your contact center believe that they can give back to their customers, because you know that if somebody's picked up the phone, quite often they might have tried to help themselves. They might be a little bit more frustrated than somebody who's used a different interaction channel, And therefore, you need to be focusing on that conversation. You need to be listening to them. You need to be showing empathy and understanding who Craig Murray is, what is the value that they represent to the organization, what is the journey that they've been on before they've spoken, picked up the phone and spoken to you. So by taking away some of those tasks, really allows you to focus on those conversations and, in my opinion, give a higher value of service.
Sorry, Erin, just a quick one for Craig.
Sure.
Is that why Salesforce are so focused on voice at the moment?
Voice is, as I said, a dominant channel. 57% of people prefer to use voice. Voice is also such a precious channel that you need to get it right. So things like CTI integration to Salesforce has been around for a long time. You can integrate voice into Salesforce. It should screen pop who Craig Murray is and log the activity. That's kind of table stakes in terms of how, in my opinion, an organization should work, probably because I've been working in this space. But voice, by bringing it in, it's bringing that data into that one platform to allow you to do more with that data, see it in real time, make more informed decisions, be smarter around how you then interact across other channels and from an omni-channel perspective. So voice, in my opinion, is never going to go away because people want to speak to each other. It might, in different industries, go up and down in terms of the percentage of people who use that channel, but voice is such an important channel, I don't think it's ever going to go away.
Yeah, and to underpin a couple of these statements you just heard, if you think about that concept of escalating from a conversational AI digital bot engagement to a voice call, if you do that with different routing engines, you will still keep your data fragmented of that single customer, right? So you need to have, to Greg's point, the contextual data of that engagement going across the different channels so that the agent can be steered, co-piloted if you want, which is a concept that you'll hear Genesys talk about a lot more, with the right tools, including sentiment analysis, real-time transcription, agent assist, next best steps, recommendations. But the only way that can work is with one single routing engine. So that's what we bring to the table. And that one single routing engine is also a single engine into everything that we call the workforce engagement. So all these capabilities for the agent to then serve that customer a lot better. Maybe just one example of a capability that's available today from Genesys Cloud, which is predictive routing. So we talked a lot to customers and we said, hey, what would be the benefit for you if your customer that is calling up through voice would maybe have to wait a little bit more, an affordable time more, but we can actually, based on AI again, allow that customer to be routed to the right skills, the person with the right knowledge, the person also with the right sentiment to serve that customer when that customer is upset or not. And so what predictive routing does is exactly that. And we see a strong adoption of customers that have used this capability already. There's a high interest in the market, so please explore that also. But a customer satisfaction, as we all do when we engage for whatever problem we have or whatever product we want to buy, is about fast time to resolution. And the affordability of losing a couple of extra seconds or half a minute, but to be then routed to the right skillful agent is very powerful.
I wanted to pick up on the agent well-being piece because, you know, obviously we want our customers to be happy, but I think it's really important that agent welfare is under consideration. I'm sure many of you look at that, and I know we have done an add-on, an app called Agent Wellbeing that integrates, So, I mean, that's quite cool, and that's available on Genesys at Foundry. But I think, you know, the well-being of the agent is a critical piece these days. I have another question for you.
Everybody needs a pause sometimes, right? Yeah. Some breathing time.
Do you need a hug?
Slightly awkward.
Yeah, no way. That wasn't scripted. Right. What advice would you give to your Genesys Cloud customers? Well, probably a good one for both of you. Already using Salesforce, but haven't taken advantage yet of the integration.
Yeah, spend some time understanding what this new partnership means for you. Making it easy for you, I think, is the first one. Better customer data, better insights, so more use cases. Understand also what your first most valuable use case could be, where you could innovate quickly and deliver value quickly. And then map out a bit the journey, right? There's more to it, but choose your right starting point. And I think it's a great ability for you as the customer, for the IT teams to sit down together with the business and start analyzing how you can do things in a better way, more innovative, quicker, with faster scale.
Yeah, and I suppose I'll just add a little bit to that. There is no one fixed answer for that, because every company's at a different stage in their journey, either with Genesys or Salesforce, but you need someone who's going to be there to advise you on, based on your business objectives and where you are trying to go as an organization, of what the right solution and technology needs to be. And I'm obviously biased that we're here with Sabio, but you need to be able to trust that partner in the middle who is that impartial advice, whether or not he's working with Salesforce or Genesys. So Salesforce will always give you a view from a Salesforce side. We work very closely with Genesys, and certainly Jerome and I can give you that impartial view, but you have to have that trusted partner in the middle who can help you along that journey, because the journey's evolving. The innovation that Salesforce has brought to market in the last 12 months is crazy, and I know it's not going to slow down. So you need to have that really person who's going to be holding your hand, not just for the next 12 months, it's for the next 36 months and even longer, because the technology landscape is moving at speed. I think Stu's had a generational moment we're in terms of how technology is changing, and therefore it's going to keep changing. You're going to have to adapt your strategy. You're going to have to change what you've already planned. You're going to have to change what's in your roadmap because of what's coming to market. And it's having somebody who's putting that glue in the middle to help you along that journey.
And who is that partner? Asking for a friend.
I mean, I know someone who's quite good at it. They could be here as well. Sabio.
Your own?
Thank you.
But it cuts across everything, right? If you've heard about the concept of gamification, so when you look at supervisor and the agent, how can you identify first as a supervisor who are the agents with your best skills, that have the best knowledge, and that have the best behavior, talking about sentiment, to serve specific customers? With gamification, you can then first understand that, all AI driven, but you can also, to Craig's point, in mapping this journey, your starting point to your long-term journey, you can look at what are your business KPIs and how can you improve through gamification that agent skill, knowledge, and behavior level to serve your customers, but also to serve the business imperatives of the organization they belong to. And that makes them feel more engaged, more closer to having an impact, and I think that's also part of the partnership, right? And you guys can help bridge that.